doubles and coffee. Keith Christopher Rowley embarrassed Trinidad and Tobago up at the COP26 environmental conference in front of the whole world. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. And the main point he made was a lie. So he not only is a local liar, a parliament liar, a press conference liar, a COVID-19 liar, a PNM liar, he's an international liar, talking about his government over the last 6 years has implemented policies to diversify the Trinidad and Tobago economy. Anybody with a brain who understands Trinidad and Tobago and Keith Christopher Rowley, even from his own words, he does not want diversification. He ridicules diversification. He's done absolutely nothing. In fact, we are now worse off than ever. Even the better diversification we had, he eliminated through his poor energy policy, manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, nothing working. He even crashed Tobago. How can you crash Tobago? Tobago is God make Tobago just perfect, just pristine. Tobago don't need no salesman. Tobago don't need no marketing. Tobago is just brilliant, beautiful, amazing. Tobago is what international tourists want. And Rowley could not even sell that. Rowley stood up there and talked to an empty chamber, an empty conference center, nobody there, because nobody cares. But yet in Trinidad and Tobago, the media here tries to present him as some viable option, as some bastion of integrity, as some brilliant, strong prime minister who cares about people. Keith Rowley, the world knows, nobody was interested. Mia Amor Motley got up and talked, and everybody, the world leaders, the powers that be, the great international industrial directorate, listen to Mia Amor Motley, and afterwards she's a sensation. And this is not just so. Since she has become Barbados Prime Minister, she has shown leadership, intelligence, conversation, communication, listening, brilliance, creativity, ingenuity. Keith Rowley has just shown absolutely nothing, incompetence with arrogance. But what, do you know something? Let me tell you how powerful the media is. If Mia Amor Motley was the leader of the United National Congress and was Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, you know, the media, all of you would have a perception that Mia Amor Motley is no good, and Mia Amor Motley is not creative, and Mia Amor Motley don't care about people, because Trinidad and Tobago's media is not the fourth estate, is the fourth rental HDC rental unit. It is rented out to Keith Christopher Rowley. Our mass media is so biased and ridiculous that they create a perception that this man could actually be a prime minister. And now you have the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Ira Matur, attacking Kamala and lying on Kamala that she is only interested in bringing down a woman in the president, Kamala Prasad Bisesa. I'm not even going to mention or her track record with gender equality and women in the workplace and women of power, not only for herself but for everybody else. Ira Matur. And then they put Asha Javid, a woman who was basically in a judgment. The judge said is a dishonest journalist, did not research, printed lies on a man, and they had to pay over $450,000. She lost, Irene Medina and the Express, and she is now the vice president of Matt. And the only person that Matt could find for the inaugural address to the media is Kijan PNM Haynes, who takes his time to edit the leader of the opposition, former Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa's press conference in a disgusting, vile, nasty manner, and a TikTok video calling himself a journalist. That's the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Keith Rowley embarrassed Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody was interested. Do you read that in the papers today? Do you get that sense? They probably would try to spin that as 6 minutes, Dougie Freshaw. He was so brilliant. What did he say? Abject nonsense. Nobody was interested. Not even crickets were heard making noise in the empty auditorium that the whole world had no interest in Keith Christopher Rowley. But here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a media that lifts him up and allows him to lead the PNM and be Prime Minister of this country during a constitutional crisis. You ever see big stories, some of the biggest stories in history, and they just going quiet? Why? Because media, the mass media, the editors, the shareholders want to keep Rowley there as long as possible because they are making super profits in other areas, not in the media. So they use their ridiculous rags and the TV station and the radio station to promote and peddle nonsense and propaganda. If we had a real media, there's no way that Keith Christopher Rowley would have ever survived 1995 to 2001. He would have never survived 2002 to 2007. He would have never survived 2007 to 2010. He would have never survived 2010 to 2015. Never, far less for 2015 September till now. Take one example. If I say go Paul, all of you people out there, immediately you think corruption, Kamala, go Paul, Kamala, friend, family, Kamala, contract. Not so, because the media took 27 front pages. The Express, when Asha Javid was the main political investigative journalist. The TV6, CNC3 News, with 300,000 people watching TV6 News. Go Paul, Kamala, friend, contract, NP. And you all think in your mind corruption, right? But the truth of the matter is, there's a Minister of Energy, they had an NP board, they had an NP CEO, they had an NP chairman. It was a company, GoPol is a company that always involved in transport. It was an open tender, invitation to tender. No contract was actually awarded because somebody jumped the thing because they thought GoPol had the best technology. They had those trucks for transport that if any fire occurred, the driver would be safe and so on. But you, the media, Fitzgerald Hines, PNM, pump it, Kamala, friend, corruption, contract. Let's think carefully now. So Kamala was not the Minister of Energy. She was not connected to that. She did not conduct any tender. There was no evidence that she told anything, wrote any letter, or got involved in any way. There was no evidence that she even knew what was going on. And furthermore, anybody is entitled to tender for anything under Trinidad and Tobago. And you all call that corruption. Why? Because the media drill it down in your head, in your brain, over and over, and took over your mind share. Let's take one example of this Rowley PNM. The sitting Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi sits down in the cabinet, a cabinet note comes to rent his own building that he owned. He steps outside and the cabinet approves $23.6 million for him, and it's renewed now. So $47.2 million plus another $38 million for a total of $85 million. The $38 million to outfit the sitting Attorney General building. $85 million to the Attorney General on top of his salaries, his 3 Porsche that he could buy tax-free, and all his perks. And y'all don't think that that is corrupt. But Kamala have some pumpkin vine family who tendered under NP for a contract. They were in the bidding for a contract. It was open advertised. The trucks that they were given were good. And there was no contract ever even awarded. And in your minds, because of the media, the biased PNM nonsense, you would put that Kamala Gopal situation as corrupt, as terrible. But a sitting Attorney General renting his own building from the government that he advises and outfitting his own building, while Tower D, built by the PNM, is empty and only mosquito flying around, dust, cardboard, empty building, but renting the Attorney General building, you all find that's okay. That's what media does. As Malcolm X says, the media is so powerful, the media could make an innocent man guilty and a guilty man innocent. And in Trinidad and Tobago, we have the worst prime minister on the globe. In the COP26 conference, nobody even wanted to listen to him. How come they know that he has nothing to offer? How come they know that he's useless? How come they know that Mia Moore Motley is far more intelligent, brilliant, constructive, and could produce ideas? What How they know? And how come so many of us think that ROWLEY is not what he is? A total, incompetent, arrogant bully. Think about that. Bless.